been a bit late in the trek to remember, but the timing might have just saved Sophia. She hiked up her leg, slid her knee over the edge as she kicked off, and scrambled firmly over the side. Rolling away from the edge, Sophia lay flat on the earth, grateful to be horizontal after the long climb. Her dragon swung his head around and looked down at her from only a few inches away. "You made it." Through hyperventilating breaths, Sophia said, "Barely." "In battle, there is no victor who barely wins," Luna stated. "There is only life and death. You lived, and that's what counts." Sophia turned her head to the side and looked out at the clear blue skies of Scotland and the landscape spread out beyond the crumbling cliff. She couldn't help but appreciate the green hills right then, or the gentle breeze which wrapped around her forehead beaded with sweat. Returning her attention to the blue dragon, Sophia smiled up at him. "You would have saved me if I fell, right?" He shook his head. "Let's go with no." She rolled her eyes as she pushed up to a sitting position, making him retract his head. "It's just a training exercise." "What we do in training will determine whether we survive the battles to come," he informed her. "If you train always thinking you have a safety net, then you'll surely fail when the time comes to face real danger." Wilder strode across the expanse, closing the distance between them. A proud smile on his face, he extended a hand to Sophia. "You've earned a shot of whiskey." She wrapped her fingers around his and allowed him to pull her to standing position. Her legs quivered under her, fatigued. "I could use 2 shots, actually." He gave her an impressed grin. "You haven't even had breakfast yet." "So?" she argued. Shaking his head, Wilder said, "I swear you might have Scottish blood in you after all." "Do you need some porridge before your morning whiskey?" Sophia teased. He laughed. "A real Scotsman brushes his teeth with Scotch whiskey, my friend." "That's surprising," Sophia remarked. "I didn't know you even brushed your teeth." He flashed her a smile. "There's a lot about us that will surprise you. Speaking of surprises, you beat Evan's time when he first did the climb." He indicated the cliff she'd just scaled. Sophia scoffed at him. "Why are you surprised? Because I'm a woman and Evan has more upper body strength than me?" Wilder smirked. "Yes, actually, but you're quickly dispelling all my stereotypes." Sophia stretched her neck and felt the tension start to roll out of her muscles. The next phase of her training was to focus on building her strength, agility, and speed. According to Wilder, she couldn't just rely on Lunas for these things. Individually, Sophia needed to be strong enough to withstand obstacles without her dragon. He told her that before pushing her over the side of the cliff, where she fell quite the distance before catching herself on a thick root. She'd been forced to climb back up, her heart nearly beating out of her chest from the scare. "What if I hadn't caught myself on that root?" she asked Wilder. She had the urge to punch him in the face for the assault. He winked at her. "I knew you'd catch yourself." "What if I hadn't?" she challenged. He strode off for the castle after giving an appreciative nod to Lunas. "Well, then you'd be dead, wouldn't you?" Sophia shook her head at her dragon as she hurried after Wilder. "One of these days, I'm going to get you back for that stunt." Wilder flashed her a crooked grin. "I have no doubt, Sophia." Chapter 2. "You realize weapons of mass destruction are not my specialty," Alexander Drake said to Thad Reinhardt as the pair strode through the top-level security facility. They halted in a room with viewing windows into the other research areas. The billionaire stopped, his usual expression of annoyance covering his scarred face. "I simply asked you to look into the matter since you installed the weapons for Ember 2.0. "Is that really the name you're going with?" Drake dared to ask. "I mean, it's not really a machine, and not really—" "Do you not value your position here?" Thad replied. Drake straightened, used to the threats. "Of course, and I figured you'd prefer my honest feedback rather than—" "I don't care about your opinions," Thad interrupted. "What I care about is whether the Magitech you recently installed could be used on a larger scale system." Drake combed his fat fingers over his equally thick chin. "In theory, it makes sense. Something like that could be enough to wipe out an entire..."